Murder Saturnalia, just when you thought it was safe to celebrate. Murder Britannica, Book 3. Written by Paula Harmon, narrated by Madeleine Brolly. Dedication. This book is dedicated with love to Matt. Chapter 1. Drustran, December 192 AD. Once, when Drustran had been a youth, another boy had been put in a rotten hollow log and pushed down a slope. Drustran had often dreamed about it, watching the log spin with the boy bouncing and spinning inside. One second you'd see his face, then not, flashes of colour and terror and excitement. Now Drustran was in desperate pain, and images flickered past him in the same way, even though he wasn't moving at all. The images made no sense. Flick. 2 girls staring at him. Flick. A pile of gold coins. Flick. A scroll lying by a goblet of wine. Drustran knew he was unconscious. Spots of darkness dotted each image as it spun by. The spots were growing and merging. He was floating, yet also lying on something warmly sticky, or perhaps stickily warm. He'd never been in a faint as deep and dark and draining as this. Flicker, flicker, flicker. The wine tipped onto the scroll. Flick. The words on the scroll made no sense, the script spiky and incomprehensible. Flick. The column of coins collapsed into a puddle of gold. Flick. The girls were fighting. One was hurting the other, pulling, pushing, stabbing. Only one image was real. If he could just focus on that one, he could pull himself back to consciousness. Flick. The coins melted. Flick. The letters blurred. Flick. One of the girls slithered through the arms of the other to collapse on the floor. The black spots in his mind's eye coalesced like spilled wine. The bubbling of gold merged into a scream, and then stopped. Chapter 2. Fabio. Fabio eyed the 4 young women reclining on the other side of the room. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. Don't tell me I've got to explain that, said Petros. No, shh, hissed Fabio. I mean, how to approach them, how I'm supposed to choose. They've been brought here so that I can select one of them as a bride, and they're all very demure and feminine, but they make me feel like a fox trapped in a hen coop, surrounded by chickens bent on retribution. Just enjoy the attention, said Petros, and the view. No one sent you to stay with your sister 100 miles from home until you choose between marriage or the army. Nice to have choices. Petros selected a honeyed nut from a proffered bowl. Some lads just get the army and hope they live long enough to get officially married when they retire. And if you hadn't rejected every girl in Glevum, you wouldn't have been sent down here to see what Dernivaria had to offer. Fabio tore off a piece of bread and put it in his mouth, imagining the girls analysing his every movement, while at the same time apparently ignoring him. What are the rules about this sort of thing? His companion shrugged. You've got to make your own rules, mate. All very well for you to say. I'm happy as I am, said Petros. I've got a job. I've got prospects. Who wants a wife? And why are they all called Elia? Who? Them. Nelia, Cecilia, Delia, and Adriane. You know what I mean. They all look the same, too. Petros choked on his wine. Are you blind? The only 2 who are remotely similar are Delia and Nelia, and that's because they're cousins. Cecilia's father is from Germania, and Adriane's mother was from Cyrene. The only things they've got in common are that they're all pretty and very wealthy. Fabio's eyes locked with those of a tall, slender, pink-cheeked girl with thick chestnut hair. Delia or Nelia, he couldn't recall which, the one the other seemed to defer to. She dropped her gaze before glancing back up through dark eyelashes. The 2 on either side of her fidgeted. He assumed Cecilia was the blonde with eyes so pale that her pupils seemed to peer out of ice as she fluttered her near-white eyelashes in an...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?